So today we have a question, and it is, how can I fix the errors in my NotebookLM infographic? So the short answer, in my experience recently, it's been to download the infographic and then actually run it through ChatGPT. Their new image model is really good with text on images. So if you have no idea what we're talking about, let me go backwards slightly. And if you just go to notebooklm.google.com and then log in, you'll get to this page. And this is just your home page. And then you go into a notebook or create one if you don't have one. And in this case, I'll go there in a second. Once you have a notebook, you add sources and then you select at least one source. And then again, this question was about an infographic, right? So that's your artifact over here. What I've seen is if you click on the little arrow here, then you get your customized infographic window. What I've seen is that if you do the level of detail as detailed, and this is still beta, so maybe this is why, but when I do a detailed infographic, that's when I tend to get more errors. And they're not huge, but they can be noticeable because it'll put more text on the image and it probably stresses the model and etc. So let me go into this one, and this is a glass morphic style of how to pan-sear a ribeye. And if I actually zoom in on this, like I said, most of this is really good. Like, it looks nice and most of it looks really good. But once I zoom in, let me find something on here. So, okay, yeah. So down here, right, you can read through all that if you want. And like right here, it's like this is supposed to be avocado. That's axocado. And let me see. Yeah. So right here, like this is supposed to be rosemary. That's not rosemary. Like there are little things in here that are actually wrong. And like this right here, it's like pull this out at like 115 Fahrenheit for medium rare. Then when you look over at medium rare, like that's 130 to 135, like 115 is way under. So that is like that number's wrong. Like there's slight either errors or inconsistencies or misspellings in here. So the question is, when you have this sort of thing, what do you do? And what I did is I took this infographic and then I clicked on the more options here and I downloaded it. And then I went over, so now I'm going to switch over. Now this is ChatGPT, and I took that image and you can just click on, well, I'll just go to a new chat. So you come in here and you click on the plus to the left of your prompt, and then you can add photo or files here, or you can just drag and drop it onto here, right? So I took that, I added the image from NotebookLM, and then my prompt here was pretty straightforward. You'll scan this infographic and correct any errors or inconsistencies that you find. And then I gave an example, again, the axocado versus avocado that I pointed out a second ago. And then I said output a corrected infographic. And this took a while. This took probably 5 minutes. And I mean, that kind of makes sense. It has to go through and scan every little piece of it and look at all the words and etc. So, I mean, it did take longer than usual. And in this case, it gave me two options to choose from. So here's the first one. And if I go through, again, you can kind of pause and read through it if you want. I'll just go to the areas that I had pointed out a second ago. It's like avocado down here is corrected. Rosemary over here is corrected. And then the temperature information, like this is pull it out at 5 degrees or blah, blah, below. All that is corrected in this one. And then if I switch to the other one, again, it's slightly different, but mostly the same. And I go through, again, same thing. Let me see, avocado, that part's okay. Rosemary is okay. And the temperature is okay. And you can read through the rest. And I didn't see any other errors in here. But what I've seen, like you could do the same thing and download it from NotebookLM and put it in Gemini into like Nano Banana 2 or Nano Banana Pro. And that could work. Again, those image models are fantastic. And just my experience with this recently has been that ChatGPT's like image 2.0, like this model here actually does a better job. So I would recommend taking the image if you use ChatGPT and come in here. And if you don't, it's just chatgpt.com. I believe, at least for now, you can use the image model with a free plan. If you have a paid plan, you just log in and then you get, more usage and whatever. But I believe for now, you can use their image 2.0 model with the free plan. But again, if you have a NotebookLM infographic that does have some kind of errors, I would come into the infographic, download it, and then upload it to ChatGPT, and then give it just a really straightforward prompt just to scan the infographic and correct any errors. If you see some, again, I would give it an example of at least one, just so that it knows what kind of errors it's looking for. You can alternatively, like once, let's say that this came out and it still had problems, I can click on select here, and then I can actually go to whichever areas have an issue, and then I can highlight them. I don't know. So like, this is kind of huge, but it's like if there's something that's like primary C or execution area that was wrong, I can highlight this, and then I can come down and describe the edit and say, hey, primary is spelled incorrectly. It should be this. And then I can submit that one. Again, it didn't have any of these issues in here, so I don't have to do that, but just in case you see that there's some kind of error. And Gemini has a similar thing, but you can go and add that too if it still has errors. What I've seen is that ChatGPT really hasn't had any errors, but who knows? But hopefully that answers your question, and we will see you next time.